Welcome back to this game, which I still don't like. Sorry to break it to you folks. Last time we did the entirety of what was the last world we did?
The last world we did,
was it Wonderland or... No, it was Monstro.
Yeah.
Wonderland was the one before. Now we're on Halloween Town. Last time we spent 2 wands of... We spent extended periods of rambling about Call of Duty and Danganronpa.
So today we're gonna be...
Rambling about other shit, probably.
Presumably.
Yeah.
We're gonna start off with Pokemon, I guess.
Yeah. First thing I want to point out, since I guess it makes sense to this, CEO of the Walt Disney Company, Bob Chapek, has been...
I wanted to start with Scarlet Violet because I had less to talk about than on that than I do with this.
Okay. Scarlet and Violet came out. Nobody likes them because they're buggy as hell.
Except, quite a few people I've seen actually do like it, especially thanks to the story mode.
Well, from what I've heard, it's a good game, but it's really played by the technical issues. I love when a game is not well optimized for the console it's meant for.
It's actually more well optimized for being on the system memory than on an SD card.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, everyone has an SD card for the Switch, because Switch internal storage is small.
Yeah. This is basically saying transfer to the system memory.
What if you only have like 2 megabytes on it? Anyway, yeah. Scarlet and Violet also became the biggest launch in Nintendo's history. 10 million copies were sold in like a single weekend.
Scarlet and Violet is also the first game I've ever seen Nintendo willingly say, we're willing to give you a refund.
Wow.
Because of how badly the game came out.
I mean, I guess it's normal if you like go return a physical copy to a store, but I guess if you buy it off Nintendo directly, then they're giving you refunds. Which is hilarious. Kinda sad, but hopefully they patch up the game to like make it run well.
Yeah, people are hoping that. People also don't have any hope on Game Freak actually doing that.
I saw a picture saying Nintendo has received no complaints about Scarlet Violet technical issues and won't plan to patch it. Yeah, I don't know if that's a joke or not.
I saw a post similar to that where it's saying like, where they tried to pull off the whole, it's actually a part of the game. But yeah, that was definitely that post I saw was definitely a joke.
I mean, to be fair, Nintendo did argue in court that Joy-Con drift is not a real issue and doesn't cause anyone any inconvenience. I'm not joking. They tried to argue that.
To be fair, they're mostly right because people buy third-party controllers anyways.
I have third-party Joy-Cons myself, so... I also have a Switch Lite, but still it's not drifted. Even though I've had it for 2 years.
Does the Switch Lite actually drift?
Apparently it does. Though mine has yet to drift.
My best case as to how drift actually works is it really depends on how you treat the Joy-Cons and stuff like that in the console.
Yeah.
Because, like, one set of Joy-Cons that have drift, and that's after it had constantly been falling and stuff like that, and then the other set don't, and I've been keeping it from falling.
That's good.
The reasoning is because, like, I wasn't exactly very careful with it.
Drift isn't bad. It just adds extra challenge to your speed runs of Mario Odyssey.
Whatever.
So,
I'd say it's the perfect amount of sound considering the background.
I guess. Okay. Anyway, on to our weekly news recap. Because weekly as in whenever we do this, which is weekly at this moment. So this happened literally right after we stopped recording. I wish it happened while we were doing it. It would have been so funny. But the Walt Disney Company announced that their CEO, Bob Chapek, has stepped down as the role of CEO, and his precursor, Bob Iger, has replaced him effective immediately. I'm here wondering, how badly did he do this to get fired like that when he just got contract extension?
Like he literally just got his contract extended.
I made a joke on Instagram like, imagine getting fired. Imagine getting replaced by the guy that you replaced.
Yeah. The thing is, he chose him as a successor, which is presumably why he actually came back. He's like, well, if I want my reputation to not be in shambles, I better not. I better like fix this fast.
Then he came back. Bob Iger was supposed to leave in like 2019, but then he stayed until 2021 due to the Fox acquisition, or a bit after that.
Honestly, it's probably for the best. It was always a mistake to put someone from the marketing and economics department as like the guy in charge of the company.
Yeah. I mean, what has Disney released theatrically this year? Not a lot, but
this year?
I was gonna say Turning Red, but like, you know,
that wasn't theatrically.
It was showed in one theater, like 50 miles away, just so they can say, yeah, woo. Just so it can like count as a theater, so it can be eligible for like the Oscars. So it counts. Yes. This year, I was gonna say I saved 6, but that was straight to Disney Plus.
Lightyear.
Lightyear from Pixar, yeah. Death on the Nile from 20th Century Studios.
Every single Marvel movie ever.
So Doctor Strange, Thor 4, and Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2 is the only one that might actually deserve having any awards.
Yeah. The Bob's Burgers movie.
Like, I like the other two. It doesn't change the fact that Black Panther 2 was definitely the best out of the 3.
Yeah. The Bob's Burgers movie.
Yeah.
And Barbarian. That was from 20th Century, so it's under Disney.
So their best movie was Black Panther 2.
For now, yeah. And Strange World as of like a couple days ago.
Yeah, I haven't watched that.
Neither have I. I might see it, but I'm not 100% certain. Maybe if I just need to go to a theater just to see something, I'll see that. Though I don't really have a desire to see it.
It doesn't. It's not like they were ever gonna win best movie of the year. Not when things like Everything Everywhere All at Once and Top Gun Maverick are there.
True. And even then, the best picture winner will be some movie nobody's ever heard of.
Yeah.
It'd be fun because that's what they do best.
Ignore the popular. They literally introduced a thing called, which is basically a popularity award, because they realized that the best picture movie is never going to be anything that people actually like.
You see, here's a message to the Academy that I know they'll ignore. Try to nominate at least like 2 blockbuster quote-unquote movies for Best Picture a year, and how about you be willing to throw more animated movies in Best Picture?
They're definitely going to ignore that part.
It's happened 3 times. I heard people saying.
You know what?
I heard people saying. I can't pronounce the director's name, so I'm just gonna say the Pinocchio movie on Netflix might get.
Guillermo del Toro.
That one might get a Best Picture nomination.
I'm probably gonna be watching it like when it's on Netflix, because I missed my chance to watch it in theaters.
That's sad.
In the theater that I work at.
That's also sad. Speaking of which, some Cinepolis theater may have leaked the runtime for the Mario movie is 85 minutes long, apparently, which translates to 1 hour and 25 minutes, which is around the standard length for animated movies.
What the fuck is Bottomless Darkness?
No. It's around the standard length for animated movies. So.
Why am I back to the Unknown Room, by the way?
Good question.
Funnily enough, I think it actually, being back in the Unknown Room actually ended up respawning enemies here. So that's cool.
Bonk. Yeah, that's all they have so far. Oh, and Amsterdam. From 20th century.
Amsterdam is not popular.
Exactly. Oh, and the menu from Searchlight.
Almighty Darkness, that's a new one.
Also the menu from Searchlight.
Slights. Sonic Blade!
You know, Searchlight was the art house division of 20th Century Fox, aka their Oscar bait movies. And now, even though Disney's pretty much taken full control of 20th Century Studios, they have, apart from owning them, they have left Searchlight pretty much untouched. Because they know, yeah, it's the art house division, we should let them do their own thing. It gives us the Oscars.
Basically, it's probably the one thing that's actually keeping them
Yeah.
in the Academy eyes.
Look, I gotta go run a couple of errands.
Okay. And also every animated Best Picture winner is a Disney or Pixar movie. Except for Cersei.
Keep Doggy with you.
Okay.
Damn it. Trying to see if I can destroy this thing. Fucking...
Like last year, I wanted Mitchell's vs. the Machines, or whatever it was called, to win Best Animated Feature, even though I didn't even watch it, just so Disney didn't win it for once.
What were the other options again?
I think Encanto won. The other options were Luca and...
I'm gonna be honest, Encanto deserved it.
Luca and... I forget. Oh, the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie is coming out this Friday. I'm not ready for that.
I don't care for it.
I'm gonna watch it and I'll probably hate it, as I hated the first one.
This one...
And I was ranting about like how bad it was, and someone was like, "Dude, you're clearly not the target demographic for this movie." And I'm like, "Bitch, I don't care." Best animated. Academy Award animated feature. Whole section for criticism and controversy because last year was also Raya and the Last Dragon, also from Disney, and Flea, which is a movie from.
yeah, no, Encanto definitely deserved it.
Yeah.
It was the best out of those.
Yeah, a movie from Denmark.
Oh, I'm back at the healing spot. Good, because I need... I am slightly annoyed that you can't heal outside of battles outside of this place.
Yeah.
Like the save spot, that's the only... The save spots are literally the only place you can heal outside of battle.
Huh.
Like, these...
If there's any, what the heck? There's a new Night Museum coming out in December. That movie still alive? Anyway. Not that anybody cares about that one.
I guess there's these health orbs, but they really only heal like one at a time.
I looked under, I looked under the list of upcoming films from the Walt Disney Studios, and Untitled Family Movie Film was under it, and I had to be reminded that it exists. Anyway, we got the news. You know, stuff. Turning Red will probably win Best Animated Feature this year.
Probably. Does it deserve it?
No. I don't know, I haven't seen it. Anyway.
What other movies that are animated came out this year that might deserve it? You know, outside of, like, One Piece Film Red, because anime never gets these awards.
Spirited Away got the award 2 decades ago.
Yeah, but do you honestly think they're gonna give it to an anime movie that requires actual knowledge of what the hell has been going on in this series?
No. So, the animated...
Spirited Away was an anime movie, yes, but it was also a one-up that was completely self-contained to itself.
And also tons of other Ghibli films have been nominated. So all the other animated movies that came out in theaters that they screened this year. From my knowledge, I'm going off. We got The Bad Guys from DreamWorks, which is actually pretty good. One of their better movies in recent years.
That might be like the only DreamWorks movie that might actually deserve an award in a while.
Yeah, the last time they've only won the award twice with the original Shrek and Wallace and Gromit, which was made by Aardman, but they distributed it, so they got the award.
Which shows some really blatant favoritism towards the American public.
No, I'm pretty sure they sent the award to the directors of the movie, as they usually do.
They should have.
Yeah. And also Aardman completely owns the movie. After the termination of contract. Because, you know, fun stuff. Creative differences. DreamWorks still has distribution rights, so. Anyway. Bad Guys came out. Lightyear came out. I could see it getting nominated, but not winning.
Yeah, if they want to show their hats.
Yeah.
Don't even nominate it. It's not a good film.
When was the last time a Pixar movie wasn't nominated for Best Animated Feature? Well,
Was Cars nominated?
The first one was, but I don't think the second and third one were.
Than that.
Yeah. The Bob's Burgers movie, which I really hope wins the award. That'd be really funny, but I'll settle for a nomination at best. Even though I personally doubt it. Minions 2. Illuminations only ever had 1 nomination, so if this gets nominated, I will buy it. Strange World. That just came out. I've heard it is decent at best. It's nothing groundbreaking. Apart from like representation videos.
There's a reason why the only animated film I could think of that came out this year is One Piece Film Red. That's because I'm a One Piece fan who like really liked the film.
Was there really nothing from Sony or Warner Brothers in animation this year?
I don't know if there was anything.
I guess not. And there's also the new Puss in Boots movie, which...
To be fair, I think Sony's mostly busy working on Spider-Man...
Oh yeah, Spider-Verse was supposed to be this year, but they pushed it back.
So presumably all of their talent is on that because they know they fuck it up.
They're screwed. Disney's gonna approach them with a buyout.
Again.
And the new Puss in Boots movie, which comes out in December. Around the time Spider-Verse 2 comes out, they're gonna add all the older Spider-Man movies on Disney Plus. That's prediction, not news. I remember Disney actually was assisting in promoting Spider-Verse, the first one when it came out.
Well, yeah, they still got money out of...
Yeah, Spider-Man. And they've
if Spider-Man does good, even if it's not their movie, Spider-Man does better in the comics. Which they do own.
Yeah. Awesome. They've also they've reiterated again, Spider-Verse 2 will have 6 different dimensions. Each one will have a different art style. You know.
Presumably they're doing that to like prepare people because the last time a Marvel movie had a multiverse and it didn't like go all out.
People are gonna throw up probably. So.
People got really pissed off because there was a movie that had just come out that had a very similar premise that like did the multiverse much better.
Well, I think in the case of Doctor Strange 2, I've said this before, but because like after No Way Home brought back like almost every Spider-Man character from the previous Sony films, I think a lot of people were expecting a lot of the Marvel characters from the non-MCU movies made by 20th Century Fox.
It didn't help that they basically spoiled the one that they did.
Yeah. Even still, it was cool to see Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four guy there. Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, Reed Richards' superhero name is Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
There's a reason why people just call him Reed Richards.
Reed Richards. But yeah, I guess I didn't want to go all out.
It also doesn't help that there's really no reason for most of the Fantastic Four to have hero names. Their identities are very public.
The Thing. I mean, you can't get better than The Thing. Come on. It's blobbering time. Any Fantastic Four movie, any Fantastic Four under the MCU will be infinitely better than the 2015 movie.
Well, yeah, they didn't even attempt to do right.
They only did because Fox could keep the rights. And then 2 years later, the funny buyout happened. Anyway, onto our regular special news before we get too off topic.
We've already been off topic all day.
I know. It's been 22 minutes. Alright. Sony is still being a crybaby about the Microsoft Activision buyout. So Microsoft gave them an offer. So Microsoft actually gave them an offer to keep Call of Duty not exclusive for at least 10 years. So in the 2030s. Sony did not respond to it.
Sony can learn to fucking code.
They will. I'll get more onto that in a bit because I read like the public documents related to it from both sides, and they're really funny. Anyways,
as we continue to live in a world where Microsoft is somehow the good guys.
Somehow. People are just realizing that.
I say somehow because I don't want to live in a world where they are the good guys in anything.
Fall Guys got a new update adding underwater themed maps, and of course, they had to add SpongeBob outfits. Because it makes sense. Sony is reportedly looking to clamp down on shovelware games with easy platinum trophies on the PlayStation Store, which has been
good. Get rid of that.
Which I showed this to Steven off camera. It's been a really big issue lately.
Yeah, he did show it to me, and I lost all hope in humanity for a little bit right there.
Yeah. Thank God.
There's not many pumpkin heads that have gone in.
Anyway, we got blah 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 blah. God of War Ragnarok has become the fastest-selling first-party PlayStation launch in history, with 5.1 million copies sold. A good chunk of it was on PS5, believe it or not. People actually are playing on one. They own one. Only like 20% of it was on PS4. Interesting. The FTC is probably gonna file a lawsuit against Microsoft to block the acquisition.
Probably.
Although, as it stands, a lawsuit to challenge the deal is not guaranteed. According to a website called Politico, Microsoft and Activision need to complete the deal by July 2023 to avoid the need to renegotiate.
Might as well.
And both Microsoft and Activision are on the mindset, yeah, this merger needs to go through. We need this to happen.
So wait, who are?
The FTC might file a lawsuit to block or change Microsoft Activision deal, and both of those guys are currently on the mindset that yeah, this deal needs to go through.
Like now?
Like as soon as possible.
Activision is like scrambling to try and save as much of a reputation as they can.
And Activision's even said we are ready to fight for this deal to go through if we have to.
There are very few times I've ever seen a company actually like desire to lose all autonomy.
Anyway. Okay, I read the book. Sony continues to like piss off every single company as part of this deal. Okay, I found the I found Sony's initial document.
Oh, so I can get through to this one through this? Okay, cool.
Trying to find it. It's been approved in 2 countries so far. Saudi Arabia and Brazil. And they need 16. Trying to find Microsoft's response to Sony's thing, but my Wi-Fi is being shit. Sony is burning every bridge it can to counter the deal.
Yeah, Sony proves to be bad at being a company.
Yeah.
And, you know, is trying its hardest to be a monopoly.
Yeah, they're gonna get exposed real quick. Okay, so Sony issued like a 22-page document detailing why this deal shouldn't go through. Why is my phone locked?
Basically, it boils down to we don't want it.
Yeah. So, Sony said, the transaction is a game changer that poses a threat to an industry enjoyed by hundreds of millions of consumers.
Yes, an industry that wants to be able to play its games in every console.
Activision's content, in particular, its blockbuster franchise Call of Duty, one of the most successful franchises of all time for that for 20 years has consistently been...
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about this. They straight up said, Battlefield cannot compete.
Yeah. EA's probably really pissed about that. They're throwing everyone under the bus. Yeah, they said it's irreplaceable. Post-transaction, Microsoft had the ability and incentive to exclude or restrict rivals, including PlayStation and PS Plus, from having access to Call of Duty.
Except, we know for a fact that they're not stupid. Only something like Sony would be stupid enough to say, hey, this is a really huge like IP that we own. Let's now take advantage of the fact that its player base spans all 3 consoles, and they would love to basically play it on anything.
Consumers would be harmed. In short, PlayStation users would be forced to spend £450, this is in the UK, on an equivalent Xbox to play this hugely popular game on their less preferred device.
Especially considering how they consistently bring up, no, we're not going to make this shit exclusive.
Competition would be hard. Independent developers would be harmed.
Sounds more like we'll be harmed because our ability to keep ourselves at the top of the leaderboard will be in peril.
The transaction would harm nascent competition in cloud gaming.
No one gives a shit about cloud gaming.
I got a 4K TV lately,
and even then, what the fuck are you guys on about? Everyone knows that frickin' Xbox has better cloud gaming than you guys do.
I played Xbox cloud gaming through a new 4K TV I got. It actually runs pretty good. Believe it or not.
Mostly because, you know, Xbox actually spent an entire generation of consoles basically focusing on like advancing their fucking multimedia experience, which involved things like cloud gaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in other words, Xbox would be the ones that actually would actually benefit from like an increase in like focus in cloud gaming, especially thanks to things like Game Pass, which has been making bank for them.
Yeah. In response, Microsoft argues that Call of Duty cannot be considered special or unique, which they basically said Call of Duty is bad, actually. Microsoft would control irreplaceable content that drives user engagement.
By the way, that Call of Duty is bad. Way to be like one of those elitists who believe that all shooter games are terrible. Like from back in the day.
Microsoft themselves said that.
Microsoft?
Yeah, they said Call of Duty is bad, actually. Other games constantly outrank it on like review stores and user polls.
Honestly, yeah, that's an actual like argument towards that. They were basically like, if the argument was basically, Call of Duty is not good, so they shouldn't own it because that's what I thought it was gonna be like. You guys realize you're trying to fight to like stop this, right?
Yeah.
Like, why should you care if it's a terrible series anyways?
Because Sony wants to buy it.
No, I'm talking about Sony. Because I found out it was from Sony. But if it's Microsoft, I can understand why Microsoft says that. And
they just want this deal to go through.
Because let's be honest here, in the eyes of Microsoft, Call of Duty is probably like the last thing they care about when it comes to the Activision Blizzard deal.
They care about Candy Crush the most. That's the real reason they're spending. No.
Like there are games that Activision and Blizzard have that get people to spend a hell of a lot more money than that.
Overwatch,
World of Warcraft,
Diablo, Candy Crush. They have Candy Crush.
Yeah.
Like, can we get Spyro 4 out of this, please?
Straight up, like the major benefit to even owning Activision Blizzard is basically the IPs that they have that aren't Call of Duty, because everyone knows Call of Duty's reputation as a shooter is kind of in the toilet, because everyone also views it as, yeah, this is the most popular shooter. It's also like the one that tries the least.
The other thing Activision's known for is making shitty license games back in the day, and Tony Hawk, which is actually pretty good.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they cared more about Tony Hawk than they do
Can they revive
they do Call of Duty.
Can Microsoft revive the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 remake? Because that got cancelled because Vicarious Visions got moved to Blizzard. Yeah, that was a thing that happened, unfortunately. Remakes of Pro Skater 3 and 4 were planned but cancelled. Because, you know, they hate us.
They wish to see everyone fail.
Yeah. Sony argues that Call of Duty gamers are exceptionally important to PlayStation. There's a lot of redacted info in this document.
Sony should shut the fuck up and realize that their main market isn't the West!
In 2021, this amount of PlayStation users played Call of Duty. I can't say how much because it's literally redacted. But Call of Duty is different and more important to gaming platforms than the other games Microsoft mentions, which they mentioned: Rocket League, NBA 2K, Minecraft, and Grand Theft Auto.
We all know that's a fucking lie.
Yeah. Call of Duty is not replicable, too entrenched for any rival, no matter how well equipped to catch up. And this is where they throw Battlefield into the bus. The Battlefield, despite EA's track record in developing other successful AAA franchises such as FIFA, Mass Effect, Need for Speed, and Star Wars Battlefront, the Battlefield franchise cannot keep up.
Seriously, Sony, realize, fucking the West isn't like your main market. Why the hell are you focusing so heavily, and why the hell are you so determined to basically fuck over the Japanese?
They're fucking over themselves at this point.
Yeah.
Ignoring these facts, Microsoft also argued that Nintendo has been successful without access to Call of Duty, as shown with the Switch. And PlayStation was like, well, the Nintendo Switch is a kiddie console, so it doesn't count. They focus on family-friendly games. They're very different from M-rated FPSs like Call of Duty. They said that. They
should clap back with, Nintendo has less stringent censorship laws than you do. Meaning it has more M-rated games than you do when it comes to games that are more closer to AO games. And it doesn't really matter how much you consider it a kiddie console, it's outsold most of your consoles.
Microsoft...
Like the Nintendo Switch, in the short amount of time it's been around, the only Sony console that I can think of that it hasn't outsold is literally the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, so far.
Which, let's be honest here, Sony's been coasting on that title for ages now.
Calm down. Anyway, Microsoft claims that Nintendo's differentiated model demonstrates that PlayStation does not need Call of Duty to compete effectively, but this reveals Microsoft's true strategy. Microsoft wants PlayStation to become like Nintendo, so that it will be a less close and less effective competitor to Xbox.
Excuse me, but you already were separate from Xbox. The main demographic for Xbox players for the longest time have been frat boy people who play Call of Duty and stuff like that. Yes. But what was for that entire length of time? What was your market? RPG players, essentially.
Yeah.
The biggest amount of nerds in the world.
And also the people that have a Nintendo console and one non-Nintendo console, they usually go to PlayStation.
Yeah. You could survive without Call of Duty, you people.
Post-transaction, Xbox will become the one-stop shop for all the best-selling shooter franchises on console. Call of Duty, Halo, Gears of War, Doom, Overwatch.
Oh, maybe you shouldn't have pissed off everybody.
As the decision is. In short, Activision's games, in particular Call of Duty, are critical to the PlayStation. Microsoft has not agreed to make Call of Duty and other Activision titles available on Sony Interactive Entertainment's PlayStation Plus extra tiers, much less on terms that will be fair and competitive.
First of all,
on the contrary, they have made...
How many people actually subscribe to that deluxe tier, you fuckers?
I subscribe to the extra tier.
But second of all, does it really matter? Why should you give a shit? Let us be blatantly upfront about this. Sony, what is their main demographic of games? What is the most popular games that you'll find on the PlayStation? It's not FPSs, and it never was.
Interactive Hollywood blockbusters where you just hold up while two people are having a conversation. So it's
third-person games, yes.
Yeah.
Games like the Final Fantasy VII remake. Games like The Last of Us. Games like God of War.
Final Fantasy VII just came to PC.
Yeah, but I'm talking about actual console exclusive.
Yeah, Last of Us is coming to PC.
But that's on them. They're the ones who willingly did that. I'm talking about the fact that that is the type of game people think of when they think Sony.
Yeah.
It's that and anime RPGs.
Kingdom Hearts was on PlayStation for the longest time, but just came to Xbox, PC, and Switch now.
Granted, Sony has also been pissing off Square Enix for the longest time, too.
Yeah. Dragon Quest XI was on PS4 and 3DS in Japan, and then when it came to the West, it was on Switch, PC, and Xbox. Persona 5 was famously exclusive to PS4, but now it's on Xbox, PC. Persona
V5 was also on PS3.
Yeah. Not many people knew about that. I was more so referring to Royal, but Persona 5 was only on PlayStation consoles, and now it's on Xbox, Switch, and PC. And it's also been confirmed that the next-gen versions of Persona 3 and 4 will only be on the Xbox Series X and S. PlayStation is only getting PS4 versions.
Well, like I mentioned, they've been pissing off people everywhere.
The Danganronpa series was only on PlayStation and PC for the longest time, and now it's on. And just this year, it came to Xbox. Just some examples. The long line of Sony fuck-ups. And also, I want to mention, all of these games have also been on Xbox Game Pass. These former exclusives. You can play... well, except Kingdom Hearts, that's been pulled off. You can play them on Xbox Game Pass. So Sony, shut the fuck up. Microsoft has offered to continue making Activision's games available on PlayStation only until 2027, which is when their current exclusivity contract expires. Likewise, in comments just on October 26th, Microsoft plans to offer Call of Duty on PlayStation as long as that makes sense. Which means, like, as long as PlayStation exists, basically. A period until 2027 is badly inadequate. By the time Sony launched the next generation of its PlayStation console, which is likely to occur around this date as redacted, it would have lost access to Call of Duty and other Activision titles, making it extremely vulnerable to consumer switching and subsequent degradation in its competitiveness. Even assuming that Sony had the ability and resources to develop a similarly successful franchise to Call of Duty, it would take many years and billions of dollars to create a challenge to Call of Duty. And the example of EA's Battlefield shows that any efforts would more than likely be unsuccessful.
Just completely ignoring that Battlefield is on its own a massively successful franchise.
And then Sony pointing out that like 5 separate acquisitions, ZeniMax, which owns Bethesda, Obsidian, InXile, Ninja Theory, and Compulsion, had their games exclusive to Xbox. Like, take Starfield, it's only going to be on Xbox. And by only on Xbox, I mean also on PC, but I don't want to add that extra detail to save my breath. In response, Microsoft points to a single example from almost a decade ago of an acquired game that did not make exclusive, Minecraft. But Minecraft is a completely different proposition to Call of Duty. It is a single-release, virtually infinite game world that uses blocky graphics, has no required goals, and is already in users' hands. As a comparison to the difference in scope, to acquire Minecraft, Microsoft paid less than 5% of the price that Microsoft is offering to buy Activision. They had to point out the blocky graphics, huh?
Completely sidestepping the fact that Minecraft is also one of the best-selling games of all time.
It is the best-selling game of all time. So, and Microsoft knows if they made it exclusive, they would lose a lot of money. So. First, PlayStation users would be immediately and seriously harmed by Microsoft's foreclosure strategy. Specifically, PlayStation users who prefer playing Call of Duty on PlayStation would be harmed by being denied the opportunity to play Call of Duty on their device of choice. They would face 2 options. Either to not play Call of Duty, which I guess people already did for Vanguard, or to pay $500 to buy an equivalent Xbox console and play Call of Duty. Sure. Without Call of Duty users, the potential audience for PlayStation games would be irreparably reduced, and the potential return for developers of PlayStation games would be greatly diminished. I don't know what you're on, but okay. Finally, Microsoft seeks to distract from its foreclosure strategy by suggesting that Sony engages in conduct reflective of its market power, because Sony recently increased the price of PlayStation consoles in certain countries. Sony strongly disputes this claim. The decision to increase the recommended retail prices of the PlayStation 5 reflected adverse currency trends, supply shortages, and global inflation. Microsoft, for its part, recently hinted at upcoming price increases for Xbox consoles and Game Pass. Fun fact, no they didn't.
Yeah,
They did announce a higher tier of Game Pass that allows you to share with 4 other people. That is more expensive, but no, they're not increasing the price. Shut up.
So they're blatantly lying now.
Yeah. Game Pass leads PlayStation Plus significantly. Sony is really iffy about the idea of it being on Game Pass, because then you can pay $15 a month and get it for free without having to drop $70. Microsoft argues that consumer adoption of cloud gaming remains low. And Sony is like, actually, you're lying when Sony's lying.
No, Microsoft is basically the ones that know for a fact that that's accurate.
Yeah. Sony says they're lying, but Sony is lying.
Like, blatantly.
Fourth, Microsoft argues that it does not have a market-leading position in gaming to protect. But
that's a lie!
This theory of harm is about Microsoft using its leading position in PC OSs, cloud gaming platform services, and gaming content, via the acquired content, to foreclose competition in cloud gaming.
Clearly ignoring that Call of Duty has gotten so annoyingly big that you actually probably need to do cloud gaming to play it properly.
They have it so you can uninstall certain parts. But yeah, no, it's a big game. In conclusion, the transaction threatens the gaming ecosystem at a critical moment. It would take an irreplaceable gaming franchise, Call of Duty, out of independent hands and combine it with Microsoft's highly successful gaming system, Xbox, leading multi-game subscription service, Game Pass, dominant PC OS, Windows, and leading cloud platform, Azure, or whatever it's called. The only way to preserve robust competition and protect consumers and independent developers is to ensure that Activision remains independently owned and controlled. But Sony, don't you realize when that happened, all the employees want to kill themselves? Do you care about the well-being of employees?
I don't think they do.
Exactly. In response, Microsoft issued a 111-page document. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but Microsoft was like, we're primarily doing this so we can get access to the mobile games. You know, mobile is growing.
And it makes sense considering their entire shtick.
Yeah. The merger is fundamentally pro-competitive because it increases competition in a market long dominated by Sony, says Microsoft.
Which, that's accurate.
The merger is in no way about foreclosing any console provider, but will increase competition in the market. Suggesting that the incumbent market leader Sony, with clear and enduring market power, could be foreclosed by the smallest of the three console competitors, Xbox, as a result of losing access to one title, is not credible.
That's also accurate. Like, consistently, Xbox has been third place.
Yeah.
Like, by far and large, it has not changed at all.
I think the only time it's ever been PlayStation is the 360. And even then, the PS3 clutched in at the last minute.
Yeah. And that's because, they still they ignored the Wii because it was a kiddie console, ignoring the fact that it outsold both.
Call of Duty was on the Wii.
Yeah. Which again goes to show that Microsoft's argument of like Nintendo is actually fairly accurate. Like you talk big about this entire incident, but you don't see Nintendo complaining about it.
Hell, Microsoft actually said they want to bring more Activision games to Nintendo consoles.
Which might actually be one of the major tips off as to why Sony is so adamantly against this.
Because people will buy a Switch for Call of... No one's gonna buy a Switch for Call of Duty.
No, but they would buy stuff. They would buy stuff for other titles like the Activision Blizzard owns.
Yeah. As Activision's only had 6 games on the Switch so far. 4 Crash games, Spyro, Tony Hawk, and Skylanders, which is a launch title. You can tell that one sold well, because Activision content is popular and loved by millions of gamers worldwide. That said, neither Activision nor Call of Duty have significant market power or the status of an important input.
That's also accurate. Like, Blizzard might have that, but Activision definitely doesn't. And even then, Blizzard's power kind of waned off in the more recent years after everything came out.
Yeah. Activision published only 2 of the top 20 console titles in the UK in 2021, and its share of so-called AAA console games is equally low. Nor is Call of Duty unique, as compared to the many other games that are loved by gamers worldwide, as evidenced by user, industry, and social media rankings. To name just a few examples, Call of Duty is consistently outranked in user polls on PlayStation. Example, Sony's annual Game of the Year polls has consistently named games other than Call of Duty as their Game of the Year or most anticipated game. Call of Duty is consistently outranked on Metacritic scores. Example, Black Ops Cold War, it was ranked number 18 in 2020, number 126 in all-time scores. And Vanguard was ranked number 73 in 2021. Call of Duty is consistently outranked in industry reviews of the top games. Examples, reviews published by IGN, USA Today, Business Insider, Game Rant, and others.
And those guys literally sell off reviews. So the fact that like even with the Call of Duty money going into like buy off reviews, they're still consistently ranked low is actually amazing.
Yeah. Call of Duty does not drive social media conversations. There were more than 2.4 billion tweets about gaming in 2021, and yet, no Call of Duty title made it into the top 10 most talked about video games on Twitter last year.
Fucking FIFA gets more coverage on Twitter.
Yeah. Even if Microsoft were to redraw or degrade Call of Duty from PlayStation, the panel would have to believe that Sony would, as a result of loss of one game franchise, go from being the clear market leader for over 2 decades being placed at, quote, such a disadvantage that its ability to compete is substantially limited.
Oh yeah, and
this is not plausible.
Well, let's also take into consideration that the only major reason why the PS5 isn't number 1 is because no one can get their fucking hands on it.
In addition to being the dominant console provider, Sony is also a powerful game publisher. Sony is roughly equivalent to the size to Activision and nearly double the size of Microsoft's game publishing business. Sony publishes iconic first-party franchises such as God of War, The Last of Us, Marvel's Spider-Man, Uncharted, Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Days Gone, as well as the recently acquired Destiny 2, which, fun fact, was published by Activision until Bungie split from them, and has minority shareholdings in Epic Games, the publisher of Fortnite, and From Software, the publisher of Elden Ring. I'm pretty sure Bandai Namco published Elden Ring, though. There were over 280 exclusive first and third-party titles on PlayStation in 2021, nearly 5 times as many as on Xbox. PlayStation has more than double the monthly active users, close to 60 million more, of Xbox. Less than this amount is redacted percent of PlayStation's monthly active users played Call of Duty. Even if it were to lose all of its Call of Duty gamers, a highly improbable outcome, the PlayStation gamer base would remain significantly larger than Xbox.
Again, I'd love to point out, like, I think Microsoft is the only company that, like, that is actively looking at Nintendo and saying, "Oh shit, these guys are like legitimately a legitimate threat." Like they have like actually acknowledged Nintendo as, like, as much as people label them off as the kiddie console.
Nah, they're the family-friendly one.
Like, they're legitimately the only competition Sony has.
Yeah, Sony console war is only between Sony and Nintendo these days. Microsoft is kind of there.
Like, the internet has long acknowledged the fact that Microsoft is never going to win a console war. It is consistently in third place. It is also consistently losing money to for Microsoft to even create.
Game Pass is profitable, though.
Game Pass is profitable because they have a huge backlog of games to do that.
That's true.
This is literally the equivalent to like the 3 cartoon channels.
Yeah.
Disney is Sony, Nickelodeon is Nintendo, and Cartoon Network here is Microsoft. And you want to know how I can say that?
Why?
Cartoon Network has consistently been in third place on that shit, and there is one major reason why it's always profitable. The vast majority of their content has been legacy content for the first couple of years. It has only been in, like, the most recent decade that most of their stuff has been original stuff.
Yeah.
Like, the whole Game Pass is literally the exact same way that, like, fucking the fucking Cartoon Network was created. Own a huge backlog of games. Just kind of make it available to people.
Yeah. Most gamers on consoles do not play Call of Duty.
And the reason I could say Sony is Disney is because, let's be honest here, Sony's the one acting most like Disney.
Disney would buy Sony out if they could.
Yeah.
Now they'll buy out the production company.
And Nintendo is the one that has that whole reputation of being for kids.
And then they're filled with pedophiles.
No.
Not yet.
No.
No.
Nintendo's major issue is that, just like Nickelodeon, it can get really, like, hyper-focused on certain IPs instead of giving attention to every other thing.
You know, beforehand, all three, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo, said they were, like, they were deeply disturbed by Activision's scandals. And then Microsoft bought them out, and Sony's just like, okay, fuck the scandals, we still want Call of Duty.
Ironically enough, I think Nintendo's the only one that has a right to say, we are legitimately wondering what the fuck is going on with those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And that's because
they're already Microsoft sent them popcorn, and they're just kicking back and watching this.
And you can tell because, as we have consistently brought up, Nintendo and Microsoft are consistently buddy-buddy.
Microsoft's trying.
They have, at this point, like, Microsoft has basically at this point given up even being a part of the console war. They're just kind of there for the consumer, because they know for a fact that they're going to gain their money anyways.
Yeah, like...
And Nintendo's basically the one they're rooting for, since Sony's consistently proven themselves to be a huge asshole.
Yeah, and even games published on Switch are marked as published by Xbox Game Studios. And... yeah. Like, Banjo-Kazooie on Switch Online said it's published by Xbox.
Like, at this point, they've all been, like, formed a working relationship.
Yeah. And Microsoft's trying to get Sony to like them.
Sony is
the keyword is
asshole in this situation.
The keyword is trying. Like, on the back of the Minecraft Dungeons box, you can see the Xbox Game Studios logo on the PlayStation version. So, as an example. And it even plays when you start up the game, so... They're trying.
Yeah, but trying doesn't really matter when the other end is consistently wanting to punch you.
Yeah. And as a reminder, Sony was forced to make MLB The Show multi-platform by the MLB themselves.
Like, they literally had a monopoly on baseball games.
Yeah, they had to make it multi-platform. You sure you don't want to raise your HP?
If I want to raise my HP, I'll just grind for a few levels after I fail.
Alright. We have... Call of Duty gamers are neither special nor unique in terms of either spending or in terms of either their spending or user engagement.
That's actually completely accurate.
As compared to the gamers that favor their other popular franchises.
Like, straight up, that's accurate.
I would also like to point out that Sony forced a bunch of retailers to get rid of full game download like cards. You know those cards like it has a full game code on it. You just enter it, you get the game. Digital download. Sony forced them to remove all of them, and the only cards they can sell is like ones that give you money on the PlayStation Store. I
now officially have
because
100 CP not used, and I am looking and I'm trying to see if I can get a single cloud card.
Because if you buy something off Sony's PlayStation Store, they get like a certain amount cut from it, allowing them to create a monopoly, which they've been sued for. Microsoft,
I'm not shocked that they've been sued for it before.
Microsoft argues Call of Duty does not drive platform adoption.
That's also accurate.
Xbox data.
No one has ever bought a console for Call of Duty. People have bought consoles for things like Marvel Spider-Man. People have bought consoles for things like God of War. No one in their right mind has ever bought a console for Call of Duty. Not when most people are of the opinion that they can easily just pick up their Xbox 360 and play Call of Duty Black Ops on that.
All the 360 games are backwards compatible on the Xbox One and Series X.
Yeah. Like, everyone knows at this point that Call of Duty is a franchise that consistently has gotten worse over the years. The only people who still buy Call of Duty games are the people who don't realize that you don't need to look the best to do anything. Like, a lot of people are very much just willing to stay on the Call of Duty games they already own. There is a reason why. Like, if I were to ever like want to play a Call of Duty game, I'd probably just go ahead and see if I can buy an Xbox 360 on the cheap to you know, play a copy of Call of Duty Black Ops on the 360 that I do own.
They're easily accessible on Steam though.
That's also true.
So yeah. Meanwhile, the only other console you get them on is the Wii. Which,
like, straight up, there's a reason why, like, you could say Nintendo doesn't need it. Yeah. Nintendo has had it in the past. They've basically consistently shown that, like, Nintendo players really couldn't give a shit about Call of Duty.
They only stopped because the Wii U sale. The Wii U versions were not selling well.
And that's because, the Wii U didn't sell well.
Yeah. Like, I think Ghost on the Wii U sold only like 100,000 copies. Compared to the overall sales of 20 million for that game.
Which isn't a lot, but then you look at the sales for the Wii U and you see that's not much either.
Ghost outsold the Wii U, let that be known. And also, your example, Black Ops, is also on the PS3, but the PlayStation 4 and 5...
Yeah, but I had a 360 before I had a PS.
I'd also like to point out...
Both got stolen, by the way, same day.
I'd also like to point out the PlayStation 3 games cannot be played on PS4 and 5 naturally. So,
and considering my whole issue with how PS3 works, I'd rather just get another Xbox 360.
Yeah, that's a smart way.
Or go out of my way to get an Xbox One or something like that.
Series X.
Yeah.
It's new. It plays all the backwards compatible games that are on the one. Like Left 4 Dead.
I should probably go to the shop.
Yeah. They stopped giving out Xbox 360 games for free because of, they said due to licensing issues, they can't do the monthly 360 games anymore. But the last one they came out, they gave out was a banger. It was Portal 2.
No, I need this.
That's probably the best way to end like 9 years of free games for it with. I have that physically, but now I don't have to enter the disc if I wanted to play Portal 2 on 360. And maybe we'll do that version for if we ever do co-op mode, or if I get it on Switch. I don't know. Maybe leading 360.
We never even finished the story, dude.
I know. The save data corrupted.
Oh yeah.
Just recently, I tried watching it corrupted. It's gone.
There's a card pack for me, Koopa.
I'm sorry to those that were looking for our Portal 2 series, even though I just uploaded like a compilation on it on my main channel.
Give me Cloud, you son of a bitch!
No. I'd also like to point out that, like, backwards compatible games do actually run better on, like, the Series X compared to, the original 360.
Why have I gotten so much fire cards?
I don't know.
Ah, fuck it. I can always regain the Moogle points later. I curse thee.
Anyway,
Let me go ahead and sell some cards.
going back to platform adoption, like, people will buy their PS4s to play God of War, Spider-Man, as you mentioned. I bought a PS4 mainly to play Persona 5, as an example, because I really wanted to play that game. People will buy a Switch to play, like, Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, Pokemon, and it shows.
Well, yeah, Nintendo survived off the strength of its first-person exclusives.
Yeah, first-person exclusives?
And second.
You mean first-party?
First party, yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
If people were to buy an Xbox, which is largely like has multi-platform games you can get on Switch or PlayStation or PC, they probably get it because one, they don't have the money to afford a PC. Two, they're too confused on how a PC works. Hi, I'm said people. And three, they just prefer playing on console over PC.
Well, that's disappointing.
And also, Game Pass is a really sick deal, so...
Well, I guess I could always throw in another one of these.
Yeah. And also, the one reason that always has me coming back to Xbox is the backwards compatibility. Because that's such a good feature. Xbox data shows that between 2016 and 2022, only redacted % of gamers played Call of Duty as their first game on the new Xbox console. And some other redacted % of new Xbox gamers never played or purchased Call of Duty content. Fortnite is the most common played first played game, with FIFA, Grand Theft Auto, and numerous other titles being similarly often played first. For the vast majority of gamers, Call of Duty is a small component of their overall gaming consumption. Amongst these gamers that do play Call of Duty, the majority only do so for a short period of time. In particular, among gamers who played at least 1 hour of Call of Duty in 2021, more than this % played it for less than that % of their total gaming time, and blank % of Call of Duty gamers spent less than blah % of their gaming time on the game. I say that because those specific data is redacted. Sony was not foreclosed when certain Call of Duty content was exclusive to Xbox. Because from 2007, which was when Call of Duty 4 came out, the good one, Call of Duty 4 came out, Modern Warfare 1, they had, I mentioned this before, but they had it so DLC, like the monthly map, not monthly, like the map pack DLC, would come to the Xbox 360 version first, and then,
There. Although I wonder. Oh shit!
I changed the controller.
I wonder if this will work at all. Because I haven't really done this before.
You can try.
Which is two different attacks with magic card for the raids.
Yeah. Also,
I realize that I've been basically pulling an Axel here.
Yeah. I also want to say,
which is gonna be hell if I ever actually have to fight Axel.
Yeah. I also want.
I'm gonna have to. If I fight Axel, I will die, and then I will have to restructure my entire deck.
I also want to say, even if we did want to play Portal 2 co-op on PS3, we can't. I only have one PS3 controller, and the market for finding new PS3 controllers is kind of weird.
Let me go ahead and go save, because I get the feeling that the next thing is going to be a boss fight.
So a month after the Call of Duty DLC came to Xbox, it would come to the PS3 and PC versions, and when the 8th generation phone was launched, it would be.
How the fuck do I get those golden door ones?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look it up.
It came to Xbox One and 360, and then it came to PS4 and PS3 and PC. And then starting with Black Ops 3 in 2015, the DLC became exclusive to PlayStation first, and then would come to Xbox and PC. The PS3 version only got one. The PS3 version of Black Ops 3 is terrible. If anything, Call of Duty's importance as a franchise was greater in 2005 to 2015, which is, when the Black Ops and original Modern Warfare games are coming out. Like the original. So.
Okay, so that is gonna have to be something I do later. And that is, I now know how to get them, but
yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have to revisit Neverland. Or wait, it's in Neverland? I'm gonna have to be like grinding for them on Neverland, I think.
We haven't gotten Neverland yet.
Yeah, that's why I said like, I thought for some reason I thought I read Wonderland.
What the hell?
But like Neverland, yeah. When I get to Neverland, I'm gonna have to grind that shit out to get a bunch of them.
How fun.
Or at least a few, because like these rooms tend to drop things like new slides, new cards, like new attacks and stuff like that. Oh yeah, it's Super Glide eventually for one of the for one room.
Anyway,
so I'm gonna need to get at least that one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Microsoft also argued that highly successful gaming platforms like Nintendo and Steam has prospered without access to Call of Duty.
Steam has it. It's just
like they were on Steam, and then from 2018 to 2021, they did not release them on Steam. The PC versions came to Battle.net only. The newest one is on Steam though.
No, I was gonna say they were on Steam, but like, let's be honest here.
You can still buy them.
Who the fuck wants to get Call of Duty when there's other great shooters on PC? There's a bunch of like shooters that are significantly better than that game.
Exactly. Nintendo's console business is highly successful, without a single version of Call of Duty being available to play on its latest console, the Nintendo Switch. A further example of a platform that has succeeded without Call of Duty is Steam, which has the largest digital storefront with a 40-50% share of PC game digital sales in the UK.
Hell, even as much as I hate it, the Epic Game Store also doesn't have it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And they're doing just fine, mostly because I have no idea why they do fine.
They give out free games.
Yeah, Kevin has an Epic Games account.
I don't. I have an Epic account. I never use the store.
Oh shit!
I mean, Epic Game Store is the only way you can play Kingdom Hearts on PC. So.
Okay, let's.
It has that.
Let's throw in like a bunch of like high.
Ooh, 30.
Oh yeah, first have to give it a red one.
Yeah.
Let's go this one.
Like, Kingdom Hearts on PC is only on Epic Game Store because they paid for the bullshit exclusivity rights. Anyway. Steam has not carried any newly released Activision games for the last 3 years following Activision's commercial decision to only sell its PC games on Battle.net. This has not affected Steam's leading position. Crash Bandicoot 4 just very recently came out on Steam. The newest one. It is therefore inherently implausible that withholding or derating one game could have a foreclosing effect on downstream console competition. Multi-game subscription services are a means of payment, not a market.
Oh no.
Even if Microsoft could, in theory, foreclose PlayStation Plus, it would have no effect on competition because Microsoft Game Pass and PlayStation Plus are primarily and predominantly a way to access games on their respective consoles. The largest subscription service on consoles, PlayStation Plus, and the equivalent Nintendo service, Nintendo Switch Online, are non-Xbox, and Game Pass is not on PlayStation or Nintendo.
Yeah, I didn't dodge those.
And so Microsoft also pointed out that they usually put out big games day and date on Game Pass, and Sony does not, like Last of Us or Spider-Man: God of War. And they said Sony, and then they told Sony, if you're really this pissy about it, you could get an exclusivity deal with like FIFA or GTA or Battlefield if you want.
How the fuck am I meant to hurt this motherfucker?
Good question.
Maybe it's this?
I'm not going to read this entire argument because it is over 100 pages long from Microsoft's side, which, Jesus Christ. But yeah. How do you beat this guy?
I have no idea.
He really likes the number 7. Well, that's how you hurt him. Yeah, you were gonna die there.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I have no idea what the fuck I was doing when the fight started.
So, long story short,
So I think I have a better idea of what to do now.
Yeah.
So I'll focus on doing that now. Instead of doing slacks, I'll mostly just do that.
Long story short, Sony should really just let this murder go through. Microsoft even said, if you're that much of a crybaby, make GTA exclusive. We don't care.
I'm doing this because it's pretty much hard. It's gonna fucking fail.
He dodged it. People find this game fun somehow. Fire! What do you mean resistant? Well, that was some good damage.
Just have to let this one go. I need more higher cards, but I don't have many of those, so...
Well, now what?
The thing is, I do legitimately need more, like, higher end cards. I just don't have many. I think my deal was in the right place, but I kind of wasted a few cards. Let me see. Okay, so that's what I'm meant to do. Yeah, I need more 8, 9 cards. Okay. Maybe focus on it. Nah, I don't think I should make a new deck. I just need to focus more.
Yeah. Actually win the fight. Impossible.
Yeah. But
I think I have 2 more PlayStation 5 controllers. They're in somewhere. Well, damn. I've noticed that we only record like one episode of this per day when we did and then when we did Kingdom Hearts 1, we do like 2 or 3.
Yeah. Well, that's because we usually have that one episode be the entire world.
Yeah.
Because, we want to get through this game as fast as possible.
Yeah. Because fuck this game. We're ready. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to use the Wii U after this.
The thing is, I've seen people, like when I was looking to the Oogie Boogie fight, right?
Yeah.
There's legitimately people actively saying, this fight's making me lose interest in this game.
Sir, I lost interest in this game.
Back at Olympus.
1, 2, 3. 3 worlds ago. Get on my level. I guess the lack of deep jungle makes this game shorter.
It does.
Yeah.
And the fact that the world, like each world has like 3 cutscenes. To be fair, it's not even accurate because there is one extra world in this game. And that's Castle Oblivion. We keep on seeing it.
Well, does it really count though?
If I'm correctly, you do have to fight in Twilight Town also. So that's 2 extra worlds actually.
I see. When we get to the Pokemon Violet playthrough, should we keep track of how many times the game glitches out?
That sounds like too much work.
I know. I'll leave it to a commenter. Speaking of which, I have a really weird story that kind of relates to this channel.
Yeah?
So like, I was able to reconnect with someone I haven't spoken to in a long time, and I asked, how'd you find us again? And the way they said so was like, I was watching an Uneven Buddies video, which I refuse to believe because who watches our videos?
Yeah.
And they saw a link to the Discord in the description, and I was like, what the hell? And I even told them, I refuse to believe you were actually watching an Uneven Buddies video.
Who watches us? Like, we spend most of our time either talking about the news, rambling about random shit, or dunking on this game.
There's some people.
Like, our most interesting video... Oh, God, no.
Oh, another boss.
There's a good thing I saved.
Our most interesting... You were saying?
The most interesting videos have probably been us talking about the shit that went on in the Discord.
Clever. I'm like seeing. So,
which happened in things like Pac-Man World?
At the castle?
Fun.
I bet it's
You know, the weirdest stuff we talked about,
Happens on the games that we have the least interest in.
like, other than that, what else? I lost my train. You know, trading of... Actually, I'm not going to comment further on that.
Poor Pierce. Forgotten her name. Why? It'll break her heart.
Poor girl.
So, I learned some weird thing about the manga.
What?
There was legitimately a point in the Chain of Memories manga where it shows Larxene and Marluxia having we're eating fried chicken while like observing Sora, right?
Fried chicken.
Yeah, and it was in a bucket.
KFC is KFC.
But it was Nomura brand.
KFC is
Nomura fried chicken.
Oh my god.
They also apparently things like potions and stuff like that and elixirs and all that. Apparently they're drinks because in the manga you could straight up find there was apparently like in Castle Oblivion and like the higher levels a vending machine with that stuff.
What's that?
Huh.
Is that thing mine?
What a shame! You've been wearing it all this time and forgot?
You for door?
No. That's not possible. The memory has to be engraved somewhere deep inside your heart.
You can tell that they're not lip syncing this shit.
What could it be? And who gave it to you?
Nah. Meh.
Sora.
Did you say Nami?
You're
Well, I can imagine we suddenly entered One Piece.
Within your heart.
The One Piece is... That's enough.
Yeah, don't spoil things for people who are still watching it. There are people who start it.
Can we get much higher?
Well, it's about time.
That's all I know from One Piece. I know the funny memes.
Yes, she's the one that gave you that tacky little good luck charm.
Question. How the fuck would you know? Like, why the fuck don't they ever think that? Like, how would you know this? Why would she tell you this?
Good question.
I can't believe you. It'd serve you right if I decided to smash this piece of junk. Let it go.
Really brings into question what the fuck happened to Orana that allowed her to become like this. Is it just that she found out she had a sadism kink or something?
Oh, it's important to
Nah, that's me.
No, she straight up has one. Like she, like in the manga, we see her reading a book by the Marquis de Sade, basically the namesake for sadism.
Just like me, for real. I mean, hi.
Don't. No one wants to be associated with this chick.
I know.
Well, except Marluxia and people who are fans of their storyline.
Back off! Made a bolt.
Groovy tornado!
We. You got like 4 hits on it.
Says the one who I beat at the first try. Granted, I mostly just spammed.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, that's basically how I play Kingdom Hearts 1.
Wow, a Thunderstone.
Lightning.
Finally. We can zap.
Thunder.
Surprised you didn't raise the HP.
I'd like to have stronger cards, please.
Well, that's fair.
You're not as bad as I thought. You really are a hero. A heartless hero.
To be fair, I lost Ogi more because I had no idea what the fuck I was doing rather than anything else.
Yeah.
You are just a baby.
Will the baby have a deeper voice as this?
Here you go.
A man-child might.
Another
Sure.
card from your memories, you know.
Sony.
Be a good boy and say thanks. Ta-ta.
Wait, Maxine!
Like, she was nowhere near this bad, like, before everything went down.
Show yourself!
According to some things, she just doesn't like having feelings because it makes her feel bad.
Yeah.
'Cause she's, like, still reeling from everything that happened in Unchained Key and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that, I don't know how that translates to going full in on her sadism. Especially since she didn't show that back in the past. I mean, she presumably found out her sadism kink while she was like a nobody.
Oh, Atlanta, Neverland, Hollow Bastard, and 100 Acre Wood. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Let's see which one's...
Can we not do Atlanta next?
Atlantica, ironically enough, is not as poorly designed in this game.
That's a good point.
Throwing that bad warm out.
I did not like the voice acting on this character.
How dare you? You don't appreciate nuances of
And I'm gay of it.
The third one.
Vexen.
How could you be humble?
A reminder that Kingdom Hearts was supposed to have a simple storyline and meant to appeal to Disney's core audience, but got elevated to whatever the fuck it is today because Nomura met with like the Final Fantasy lead producer.
Nomura was already one of the higher ups for Final Fantasy 7 well before Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, but he was going to make it simple for Disney fans, and then someone else went to him and like, hey, you should actually make this a bit more lore driven. And here we are now.
Here we go again. It's just an excuse.
As someone who loves The World Ends with You and The World Ends with You, I can't exactly complain about Nomura-isms. I'm just used to it.
Well, we got what we got. For better or worse.
I think testing Sora is just a cover for testing Valet.
He's the product of pure research.
What it actually is a toy.
I also remember that you do get to visit Destiny Islands in this game.
Really?
Practically,
You're gonna need this.
See?
A humble gift to my elder. I hope you
shit.
put on a very good show for us.
Oh shit. The person.
Hey buddy, how are you?
We don't have time.
We need your help in about a
Nominate.
couple
We
minutes.
gotta rescue her.
Just to pull the TV off. I'll let you know when I'm ready.
Sora sure does seem like he's upset. Good point. I guess if we heard that the king was in danger, we would be pretty upset about that too.
Yeah. Well,
Let's save. Let's see where we're at. Where we're at when it comes to
7th floor.
Fire effect one.
We got 4 new world cards.
It'll still show 5 no matter what, though.
Yeah. Video of Atlantica, Neverland, Hollow Bastion, or the 100-Acre Wood. For some reason.
Why did they include 100-Acre Woods? Well, I guess we're just gonna keep going this way, right?
Yeah.
Although it really makes no sense to cover 100-Acre Woods last.
Sure. Alright.
Although I guess it makes sense on one facet. Avoiding 100-Acre Woods as much as we can.
Yeah. Alright.
Let's
go back to hell.
I think 100-Acre Woods is also minigame fest in this game.
Oh boy. Please tell me we have the option to skip it.
I think so.
Okay, thank God.
This is
Wait
weird.
a minute.
This is why I said it's not as badly designed in this game.
Wow. That fixes everything. We've turned into SpongeBob. If anyone asks, you didn't see me.
What?
This promise you won't tell what?
Key of Beginnings.
Alright. Wow. Oh, you hear the draft of PTSD? Oh, I'm ready. I am so.
Look at this place.
I am so ready to. Oh, of course the enemies are still swimming.
Hey, these guys.
It's amazing how one small change can fix everything.
Even if it's with a battling system that isn't the best.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Look at this.
Ooh, big fish. There's always a big fish. Wow. Episode 7 of Ace Attorney just went up.
I was gonna tell with the fact that we had 3 rounds of battling now.
Strange World only made $20 million in its opening weekend. Just yikes.
Yo!
Ooh.
Oh, this room must be 7 and up then.
Huh.
Because those apparently only spawn in floors that keys on boards with keys that have on doors that like have 7 and up like value.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. It'll be good to know that I can open this one.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm gonna go over to the other ones for, like until I have like extras.
Yeah.
Mostly because if I want to revisit a world, I have to actually use new map cards. So it's basically like resetting the world.
I just realized Thursday is December 1st. Where did the time go?
Hell.
Sorry.
I like the fact that the auto lock-on makes me hit those things even when I don't want to. Right, that also combines with my hate of the fact that like the way that you do lock-on isn't the same as Kingdom Hearts 1's.
Yeah.
And that's like legitimately known as one of the better, if not the best, lock-on systems in the franchise.
Screwdriver. The second I see another save point, I'm stopping the recording.
Fairly soon I'm going to be going to get the treasure stuff. Not like the golden treasure one, but like the Calm Bounty treasure rooms. Because
Wait, is End of the World not covered in this game?
Pretty sure. I don't know actually. I don't remember.
Because I thought Somewhere was missing, and I was like, End of the World. Apart from Deep Jungle, because you know.
I think End of the World isn't in this because of the fact that if it isn't, because no, actually, but because remember, they want the final boss to be Marluxia.
Yeah.
How can you have a final boss when there's
I'm gonna Google that. Kingdom Hearts. Is not in Chain of Memories. But apparently it is in Melody of Memory.
Yeah. I think it's Melody of Memory covers basically all of it. So yeah, starting now, there's basically 2 of these in the next 3 worlds, not counting Heroic Woods, which doesn't have any.
Well, it is in Chain of Memories, but only for 1 second.
The sewer one. Where's anything? Oh, I'm guessing that's the...
Somewhere.
I think it is.
Launch.
Shock Impact. Simba card.
Sends enemies flying and traders stop.
Huh.
I don't know what else to say.
Well, I guess there's not much to say. We're almost done with this game for today.
Thank God.
Like, after I'm done getting this treasure stop, I'm gonna put in safe.
It only takes a minute.
Give me a bit.
You can go, like...
Okay.
It literally only takes 1 or 2 minutes.
Alright.
The reason I was gonna say you can go is because, like, the next thing is just save form.
You know how to stop recording, right?
Arrow?
How do you get arrow?
Apparently it's in this level now.
You know how to stop recording, right?
Yeah, just press the recording button.
Yeah.
Let's see, set the targeted enemy. Well, that's cool. Homing Blizzard. That's a thing. I'm gonna see if I can get that arrow card. You know, before. I can afford doing this. I don't have any MP, but I have enough to do one. And it's not like I care about using these cards. I'm always consistently like being told, hey, get rid of some of these. So I need to get rid of some of these anyways. Until I need to start grinding. Oh, Crab Claw's gonna be good. Wow. Tiered. Cloud! Magnificent! Stupendous! Amazing! So I guess this is gonna be the thing now. Let me just get rid of something. What do I need to get rid of to have a cloud combo? Lost one combo. Well, lost two combos, but my God, it will be nice to have Cloud here. Oh, shit. Didn't need to do it. Thank you, Moogle. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to say bye. Sorry for the extra long video, but it just kind of happens. So, yeah. Logan will say bye, but he's not here right now. So, bye.